Congratulations to EL. They are your Nomadium 1 champions of the tournament.
Whatever this is, 12 minutes. I think this is the fastest age. Fast.
Tuned in for. We came to see this kind of stuff.
Yeah, guys, like those in the chat. Those in the chat, guys. This is just like, this is what we came for. This is the highest level of play.
Hey guys, this is a short stream about the commencement of the tournament and looking at the rules and what are the initial elos. As you guys already know, that there are specific rules to who you can challenge in this tournament. Let's look at these again. So there are two independent 2 versus 2 ladders, Nomad and Standard. Completely independent, your ranking in Nomad does nothing to Standard and vice versa. You could have either only enrolled in Nomad and not Standard, or only in Standard and not Nomad. You can find all the participants list in the Discord. In announcement, there is a link, a Google Doc link. All the participants are there. If any team complains about another team being rude, unsportsmanlike, we are going to be very less tolerant, and we will bar the team from joining this more, especially against teams that have a record of being very abusive. Please keep in mind the challenge format is by default is best of 3, or the teams can decide between best of 3 or best of 1. If one team wants best of 3, one wants best of 1, the default will be best of 1. And you cannot agree to 8 start. There are some default rules. All challenges must be played with tiers, and there is a 4-tier existing system. Teams will determine the starting tiers. If the teams can get onto a particular set of tiers, if they want, they can also take both tier 1. It's completely up to them. But if they are not able to agree on something, the default is tier 2 and tier 3. And then if it's a best of 1, that's the only game they play. If it's a best of 3, first game will be 2 and 3, second game will be 3 and 4, and so on. There is a specific standard tiers nation system. You can find this link on this website or on the Discord. Again, the teams will decide which tiers they want to start with. If there is no agreement, the default tiers will be tier 2 and tier 3. And the same rules. Best of 3 if they want, else best of 1 is the default. Map selection, any map can be picked from the random land map pool, and the team with the lower score will have the priority pick on the first map. If the teams have the same score, the team that is alphabetically first has the priority pick on the first map. The loser picks the rest of the maps if it's a best of 3, and there'll be no map repeats. Standard normal rules like you cannot kill your opponent's villager before city completion. You cannot capture the opponent's city while you are still in age 1. Heavy infantry raids are allowed. No rare glitch. If there are drops, there are very specific rules that you can mention. How long is the season? Starting from today, 8 weeks from today, we'll end the season, and the top teams will face off in a single elimination. Who can you challenge? You cannot challenge somebody below you in the ladder. So let me show you the ladder. So this is a standard ladder. This is the Nomad ladder. And if we try to sort this, where's the sorting button? Hold on a second. All right, so here is the ladder so far. Some teams have been assigned a higher elo to begin with. This is so that teams that are very good, they cannot exploit by just quickly beating weaker teams. So some teams have been assigned 1610, some teams have been assigned 1605, some teams have been assigned 1600. If you think that you are a if you don't deserve a lower rating, just remember that by being lower in the chart, you can challenge anybody above you. So anybody in 1605 can challenge anybody else in 1605. So let's look at the rules again for challenging. You can challenge a team up to 5 positions above you. So for example, if I am lat 1, I can challenge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 places, anybody is within the challenge for me. I can challenge them. I can contact the team captain and set up a game. For scheduling, please try to use the Discord, because there is a rule about not failing to show up. If you fail to show up, if you're more than 20 minutes late, the team that is late will be considered a forfeit and they will lose their elo. So if this is only applicable if you schedule your games on Discord so that everybody can see that you're scheduling. Sending me screenshots or anything will not do. The scores will be decided by elo system. For example, the game 1 was between AZ and let's say PLA, and let's say that these were the elos. Whenever this game is cast, it'll be called finished, and whenever this finished, the elos will be updated on this chart right here. So you have to keep an eye on this for the current elos. If there's a game that says pending, then this team of PLA and team of AZ cannot schedule or play another game. At least they cannot schedule another game unless their game is cast and the elo is updated. Same for standard. So I hope you guys get the point. If you have played already, wait for the game to be cast. We'll try to cast them as soon as possible. Phyllis, well, we can't do anything about smurfing. The good thing is, let's say Lelouch is a smurf. I am also Lelouch. Well, each team has 2 players and you cannot have more than 2 players. There is no extras. So if I am smurfing as Lelouch, I will have to meet him either somewhere in the tournament, or if I don't meet him, I cannot play against myself, right? So I will not be able to reach top 10 just by, yeah, you get the point. There's not much point in being smurf in this tournament. There are no extras. You'll have to play all your games. Then you cannot challenge the same team again within 6 days. You cannot be challenging the same teams over and over again. And you can only play up to 2 games per week. So for 8 weeks, you can have up to 16 games only. There are no obligations for teams to accept challenge unless they are within the top 5 of the ladder. So unless within the top 4 of the ladder. So teams, they can just refuse. They don't have to give any reasons. But if they are in the top 4, they cannot refuse. They have to play. The top 4 teams can only refuse a challenge if they've already played a combined total of 2 or more matches that week, which includes schedule. So it's actually 2 matches because you cannot play more than 2 matches. If the top 4 team refuses a challenge without meeting the privacy criteria, they will receive an immediate loss and they will lose elo. We have provided Steam URLs here, so you can check who's smurfing. If somebody has double accounts, well, there is no way for us to check that. At the end of the season, the top 4 in each ladder will have a best of 7 elimination and single elimination, and we'll have a 30% prize to the first places of each and 20% prize to the second places. There is no prize for third one. Where should you send the replays? The team that is alphabetically first would always send the replays to riseofpatience@gmail.com the same day when the game is finished. This is so that we can assign a caster to the game and it can be cast as soon as possible. Only after the game is cast, the streamer, whoever is streaming, will update the scores and update the ladder. As soon as we receive a game, we will make an entry here that says team number 1, team 2, their elos before the game was played. Which week is this? Week 1, 2, 3, 4. Who is going to be casting this? When they plan to cast it, and the current status. And that'll be it. These are all the rules, all the teams and more. They are free to start scheduling their games. Good luck. I'll see you guys again in a more stream. Bye bye.